into it. I'm thinking I might make a challenge to myself in May, post every day, upload a video every day. That'd be the best way for me to grow my channel. I'd love it if you guys could share these videos out to other people. Help me out a lot, get my algorithm going. It takes a couple of months for YouTube to pay you for your videos that you make, so next month is going to be a big month for me. Just thought I'd show you a bit more of the park here. I should walk around and stuff, but it's a little bit windy. You can see the wind blowing, and I don't have a external microphone. I only use the phone microphones, so window's a bit dirty, but so that's why I don't really like to walk around in the wind. I made a video the other day and put it on my Facebook stories, and everybody said they couldn't hear me because it was too windy. It's not too windy here at the moment, but who knows? Maybe I'll just jump outside and make a video for you, and then I can upload it. I wanted to upload Tuesday and Saturdays. However, I don't actually have any internet here myself. My wife, who's at work, she leaves to go to work around 2:30. She comes home around 3 AM. She has all the data on her phone and we just share it. So when we knew we were going to move out into the van, we were like, oh, we'll just get a high data phone plan and use that. And that was all sweet, except she's got the phone and she goes to work, so I don't get any internet. So it's a bit hard for me to upload onto YouTube and do stuff on Facebook and Instagram like I used to when I was at home. The mother-in-law, the internet got installed there today, which is continuing our contract, because when we moved to Korea we had a 3-year contract for internet, which we didn't realise. So when we moved out, they said you still got 5 more months, because we had 5-month break in Australia. So when we go out there to work on the van on the days off, I'll be able to use the internet out there, which will be great. And the other thing is that we wanted to put the internet phone in my name, but foreigners can't apply for these plans. You can only have so many characters in your name, and Korean names are a lot shorter than an English name, so I couldn't get the internet. On my phone I've got 1.5 gigabytes of data, and I used that weeks ago when we were at the mother-in-law's place, because she didn't have internet, and just post a few things on Instagram and stuff and your data's gone. 1.5 gigabytes is nothing. So if I can become successful using online businesses with 1.5 gigs of data and using free Wi-Fi when I can find it, anybody else can do it. Plus I get the big data when my wife comes home. That's the only little issue that we've got at the moment. I am looking for a phone with good data for myself, for a foreigner, but for foreigners, for some reason, they make it more expensive. We're not treated equally in Korea, and yeah, you know, Koreans aren't used to foreigners being around, so everything is like Korean this, Korean that, so, and everything is like that. People shouldn't feel bad for the foreigners anyway. It's just how it is. It's always been like that. You gotta remember that in the 1960s, Korea was one of the most poorest countries in the world, and foreigners didn't come over here. And the foreigners that were here was US Army, and they got a bad reputation early on, so just got to keep that in mind when you're talking about Korea and foreigners. A lot of people say that Koreans are racist, but you just got to remember where they've come from. They've gone through a lot of stuff with the Japanese and Chinese, so, and the wars, so just got to keep that in mind. I've got no problem with Korean people. Yes, the companies, they don't allow some things, and the government may treat foreigners a little bit differently. You follow the rules. If you're married to a Korean, it's a bit easier. If you're not married and you're working here, hopefully your boss looks after you well. If not, it can be a struggle, but it is what it is, and you just got to make it do. Like, Korea's a great country, beautiful country. Most of the time there's no crime problem. I've only experienced a little bit of racism myself, actually on the streets of Korea. In Seoul in 2010, I had a bit of an incident on the public bus when I put my arm around my wife. At that time she was my girlfriend, and a Korean bloke wanted me to get off the bus and have a fight with him because, you know, a foreigner with Korean girl. Obviously, that's not what he thought was right. But, you know, that was 10 years ago now, so it's obviously changed a bit. It's changed a bit from there. There's a lot more foreigners around. Like, even I've noticed there's more foreigners. 2010, there was hardly anyone. And now, everywhere, there's Russians everywhere. Russians come here. It's good work here, work in the factories. There's lots of Filipinos, Vietnamese, and other Southeast Asians. There's plenty of your American people here, not just in the army. A lot of English teachers, UK. You know, there's a lot of us foreigners here. Korea's slowly starting to come around to it. The phone plan that I'm on now, when I actually joined up for this one, which would have been a year ago or so, for the 1.5 gigs, and holy smokes, that was fast car park. Sorry guys, this guy just like swiped in, almost hit me when he was parking his car. So when I've got this phone plan, foreigners couldn't have it, so it's in my wife's name. So even my phone is in my wife's name. The plan, not the phone itself. I bought a second-hand phone. But then when we called them up recently, they said, oh, you can change it into a foreign English name, but you need to go to the office, and there's no offices around here, so that makes it a bit hard for me. Because when I apply for my car insurance, if you've got a phone number, they can just check it off on your phone number, and you get like comprehensive insurance, everything covered, like $550. But because I don't have a phone in my name, I have to pay double that amount. So that's how, it's a bit silly, I think. Like, it should just, everything be normal, be the same across the board. But because I have to call up and talk to somebody on the phone, it costs double. So, you know, it's not real foreigner friendly here in Korea, but like I've said, that's the way it is. And if you don't like the fact that it's not foreigner friendly, it's mainly just to live here. Like, you're still pretty popular out when you walk, and people look at you all the time. People want to take a photo with you. And I had a woman this morning, she must have just, my wife had gone to the toilet, so I was sitting outside on my phone having a drink of water. 2 dogs outside with me, sitting on my stool, and a woman come up and she asked me if I've eaten breakfast. Like, was she gonna get me some breakfast or something? Maybe she just thought I was traveling around Korea with my 2 dogs and me old beat up Kia Bongo 3 van. I don't know, but you know, nice people are around like that. I've got so many topics I could talk about. I want you to comment down below where you're tuning in from and what you want me to tell you about. I can do things all across, anything in Korea, the people, the traffic, the driving, the shopping, the convenience stores, the food. I'm happy to do food. I can talk about Korean food. I've eaten a lot of Korean food, but in my time here, I've since gone to a plant-based diet. Mostly, it is hard to do 100% plant-based diet, and I know a lot of people have come over to Korea who have been plant-based and they can't do plant-based diet. It is very hard to do. So that's another topic I can talk about. You know, I don't want to lose followers because I have a plant-based diet and I don't stress over it. But if it offends you that I don't eat meat, I'm sorry guys. I hope it doesn't offend you that I don't live in a house either. I live in a van. So I'm not offended that you guys have warm showers and toilets at home. I'm not offended by it. You shouldn't be offended by my diet choices, okay? What else can we talk about? So many topics anyway. Maybe you can come up with some topics and I can talk about them. Maybe I can take you to some places and you can see those places. This week we're in Cheonan. My wife is working tonight and tomorrow night, and then, well, when you get this, it'll probably be, the night's already gone, so it'll just be tonight. I might go get some free Wi-Fi, maybe upload this video because it's not too bad now that I've figured out something to talk about. It's just, sorry that I'm sitting in the van again, but if you've been watching my van stories, you can see I removed this window in the back here, so now I can see straight through there. I got the towel over the back window, that's why you can't really see. But yeah, so that's where we're at. It's Tuesday the 28th of April, I believe. It's my father-in-law's 2-year death anniversary tomorrow. We've already celebrated that because his generation and my mother-in-law's generation, they celebrate everything on the lunar calendar. So we already celebrated it two weeks ago. I'll probably make a Facebook post. Somebody that I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with, but the time I did get to spend with him was very valuable, and I do miss him. It's a pity that he wasn't more welcoming to me when we were first in a relationship. Like me and my wife Jihe, we'd been in our relationship since 2009. I lived in Seoul in 2010, and I came back 2011, 2012. I think it was 2013 when my brother-in-law got married. That was the first time I met the father. We'd come over every year so my wife could see her family, and we'd come over at the Korean Thanksgiving time, and I would wait at the train station, and there was just fights and arguments and stuff, so about my wife being with a foreigner, so they didn't even know that I was in Korea. And so I'm not too sure 2013 or 2014, because he had an operation because he had stomach cancer. I gotta trim this mustache. What am I doing? I shouldn't be making videos like this. I gotta trim this back. Can't really remember. I know we went to Malaysia in 2014. Japan was 2013. I feel like Japan 2013 was his operation. 2014 might have been when I met him. So he passed away 2 years ago. I think I really got to know him for 4 years, and 2015 we came over. Yeah, it must have been. We came over and we were like, alright, let's do this marriage thing. Let's get married. And in Korea we just went to the marriage office and signed the paperwork, and that was it. Like, legally you're married in Korea. Excuse me. And then so that was 2015, and we went out there to celebrate Korean Thanksgiving with them, and we were like, Dad said something about, oh, you guys should get married, and we're like, oh, we already filled in the paperwork, it's done. Like, and he's like, well, you gotta have a ceremony. But they want to pay for it, and I didn't have a problem with them paying for it, but my wife is like, oh no, we'll pay for it, you know, because Korean culture is like, I think it's my parents are meant to pay for the wedding, and her parents pay for all the furnitures and house fittings. Sorry about that, guys. Nose was a little bit itchy there. But obviously my family's not Korean background, so that culture's a little bit different. I don't know how that would have worked out for my family to pay for the wedding. Anyway, we do our things our way, and I think Gia's, my wife's mother, understands that now. She was a little bit shocked when we wanted to live in a van, and rightly so, but you know, it's totally something that Korean people would not do. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be taking a moment to pause tomorrow and think about my father-in-law, and think about all the good things that he taught me about Korea, and think back on the times that we had together, because he's a very special man, and I didn't get to spend too much time with him, and I like to think about the positive times I had with him instead of all the times that we could have been together. Check out all these people out. People are loving it today. It's nice, I don't know, say probably 22, 23 degrees, could be even more. Beautiful weather out here today. This video's going now quite some time. I don't know, guys, like, hit me up with what topics you want. I want to post once a day in May, so give me some topics. I'll make these videos. I'm more than happy. I don't have any 220 volt in the car at the moment, 12 volt, so I haven't got a charger for my laptop, but I can use it for an hour or so before it dies, so maybe I'll get on there and try editing some videos. And oh, Kangen's drooling. Look at his, can you see his mouth there? Kangen wants to go out there and enjoy the park, but I want to have a rest. I want to start doing some work, planning some YouTube, and got some other things coming up. So, alright guys, that's it pretty much, guys. Just let me know in the comments what you want to hear, what you want me to make a video about. If I use your topic, I will mention you in the credits and in the description, alright? And if you've got a link to social media, I'm more than happy to link that through for you, because I think it's best to grow together. So alright guys, if you like this kind of video, hit the thumbs up button, help my algorithm out, get a few more followers, subscribe, and more than happy if you guys share these videos out to everyone, because we're going to be world famous. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the other side.